Oh my goodness, minimum wage is going up all across the country. $15 minimum wage is not just a theory, it's a reality, coast to coast, and it's going to make its way. It's not if, it's when. How do I overcome, as an operator, a $15 minimum wage? Check just increasing minimum wage. Here in Phoenix, we're on the $12.50. It's everywhere. I'm gonna share that with you in about 2 seconds. Hello, this is Dave Scott Peters, creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. And before I get into this minimum wage crises we're going through as an operator, like how do I overcome $15 minimum wage? I want you to do me a favor. I want you to help me grow this community. I want to help you have the life you deserve, make the money you deserve. That's why I provide you these weekly tips. In order to do so, it's kind of social media based, which means I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe to this channel. So the more subscribers I get, the greater reach that Google allows me to have. So help me help you and others like you. Now that we got that groveling out of the way, minimum wage is $15 minimum wage in California, Washington, right? It's in New York City. It is here and it ain't going anywhere. And look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't care what side of the political fence you live on. I really don't. My job in life is to help you make it. And I'm going to tell you, I get the argument that there needs to be a living wage. And I get the argument that it's going to crush our industry. So how do I, as a restaurant expert, help you navigate through this? Well, you got one solution, and we were kind of joking about it before I was shooting this video, and that is this. You could move, right? If you're in California, close your restaurant, open back up in Texas or in Florida. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I actually know operators that have done that. They didn't close the restaurant, they left their family business, sold their portion of it, and went to Texas and opened. That's not an option for all of us. Because the truth of the matter is, if you live in California, love California, and you've got family in California, that's where you're going to do business in any other state, right? So here's the deal. You've got to understand there are not enough labor controls in this world to control a $15 minimum wage, to overcome it. Yes, we're going to have labor controls. So we need to understand a concept called prime cost. Now, if you don't know the details of it, search my channel right now. There's got to be a half dozen to a dozen videos on prime cost alone. But it's total cost of goods sold plus total labor costs, including taxes, benefits, insurance, divided into gross sales. Well, why is that important? Because depending on where you are, based on your core values, your price point, your quality of product, your style of service, where you are located, where, right, minimum wage is higher or lower, your prime cost is going to change based on cost of goods sold and labor. If I'm in the state of California, I must reduce my food cost by a lot to overcome $15 minimum wage. But if I'm in Florida, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, I can run a high labor cost. Because why? I can run I can run a high food cost, I should say, because I can run a lower labor cost because minimum wage is lower. Hopefully I followed you there. So here's the deal. Let's say, how does this work? Let's say you're following my advice and there's a 55% prime cost. That's what you get to have. If you do $850,000 in gross sales a year, total sales, I want you at 55% prime cost. That's 10 points under the national average because I don't want you to run an average restaurant. So here's the deal. Let's say you're a restaurant that has a 30% cost of goods sold, right? How much do you have for labor? 25, that's 55 points. What if you're a restaurant that has a 20% cost of goods sold? You could run a 35% labor cost, that's 55. You could be a steakhouse, run a 40% cost of goods sold on purpose because the ring at the register is so high, even though the food cost is high, my labor cost drops like a rock because I still have the same $15 an hour cook flipping a steak that makes me $20 versus flipping a burger that makes me $8. So I can have a 40% cost of goods sold and run this ridiculously low 15% labor cost. That's 55%. So if you truly want to overcome $15 minimum wage, rising labor costs, I don't care if it's $10, $12, $13, where you are right now, you must be looking at your prime cost mix. And for many of us, we must reduce our food costs. Yes, we can reduce our labor costs by a little bit, but at some point in time, you cannot cut yourself out of business. We have to have a certain number of servers or cashiers, a certain number of cooks to handle the business and give the service levels we want. So start looking at those cost of goods sold, your bottled beer, draft beer, wine, liquor, but for most of us, Food is the major impact because we sell 85% or better of our sales as food. So your kitchens are key. Look, if you've got other ways that you're going to overcome minimum wage, share it with the community. Put it in my comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.